Welcome to the In Between the Lines podcast. I'm Shamar. That's Jay. You are the Pod Squad. Make sure you like and subscribe. Jay.
Yo, bro.
What's going on, good brother?
A whole lot in the world this
Definitely
week.
a whole lot in the world this week.
This is a couple things mixed into one. I'm gonna make sure I can word this right. Two things. Did you hear about the brother Marcellus Williams executed today by death penalty?
Yeah.
And did you? I don't have all the details about his case and why he was locked up, but I did want to get your take on the death penalty itself and get your opinion on what crime do you think, in your opinion, warrants a death penalty? Because I have my own opinions. I think the death penalty personally should be rolled out, but if some shit fit and it's deserving, yeah, that person deserves the death penalty. I just think we outgrew that as a nation, taking life from people. But again, if it's the fucking crime, bro, you deserve it. And I only got a couple things where I would say it's cool to execute a life if they're incarcerated. So you give me your take on that.
So I'm for the death penalty. I think it should be a national thing. Yeah. If you do the crime.
Hold on. I'm looking for a Confederate flag.
Why does that have to pertain to Confederacy? That's across the board.
There's some red over there.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm for it because we are the highest crime country in the world.
Just say most violent, because I always say that, because we are.
So one of the things we have is because to me, is no penalty for a lot of things. Like everything gets off lightly nowadays. You can kill somebody and get 10 years when the person ain't here no more, and people doing time in prison ain't a hard thing no more.
So that's why I asked you, give me a crime that you think warrants just death in any capacity.
If you're on video, not in any capacity, but if you're on video killing somebody in an actual crime, not defending yourself, like you are willing to just brazenly killing people, and especially if it's caught on video and is unprovoked for no reason of just talk and everything, yeah, I think you should get the death penalty. I don't think you should be housed in there. And because we don't have those type of laws, this is why it keeps happening. Because doing time in prison is not really hard no more. People will sit in prison for GP. They don't mind it no more. It's not like back in the day where you do the crime and you struggling, you scared. Like people are not scared of prison anymore.
Let me say this.
Only people scared of prisoners is people who are not criminals.
Let me say this. Again, I think we outgrew that as a nation, but I will say anything with a kid's death, voluntarily killing a child, to me that warrants the death penalty. Mm-hmm. Raping a child or minor, to me that warrants the death penalty, because more than likely in jail you're going to die anyway. Once that is put out there while you're in jail, you're going to be in harm's way anyway. Save some taxpayers some money right there. And mass killings. Like look at the Alabama mass shooting that just occurred. You know what I'm saying? You think that person responsible for that should get the death penalty?
Yeah.
Take Columbine. Take the Connecticut mass killing within the school.
Yeah, and I don't think it should take 20 years.
The Las Vegas massacre from the bull shooting down from the hotel, injuring 75 people.
Death penalty.
Now those type crimes I agree with.
Killed on the corner block, Uzi, death penalty.
I don't know. That nigga might have stepped on your Air Force Ones, dog.
Double death penalty. Bring it back to life and kill him again.
See, no, you doing too much.
That's what I'm saying. Like dumb stuff like that. Dumb stuff like that. From all of that, to me, deserve the death penalty. And as far as the young man goes, although DNA tests cleared him, his DNA test wasn't found. He still had the woman's purse. He still had this stuff, her belongings in his possession.
He was accessory in some way.
Yeah, he was an accessory in some way. So he was part of the crime. Whether he did the crime, I don't know.
Right.
But that's the reason why they didn't overturn it. So either you did it or you
couldn't prove it that he didn't.
Yeah, couldn't prove that he did it. Yeah. Like everything except the evidence. Now could he got to stay and they could have fought some more?
Well, I mean, he had quite a run at it, for some years. This is why I asked that question, because again, personally, I think we evolved as a country when it comes to the death penalty, but I do think if that crime warrants the death penalty, especially when it comes to children and like a massacre, yeah, that's well deserved.
When do you think it's not appropriate? When somebody on death penalty?
Well, I mean, honestly,
you're saying we grew out of it as a thing, but you named everything that people on death row for.
No, I just think it needs to be what type of crime that warrants that, and that's what I was trying to be specific at. Like, for example, this happens all the time in inner city. Two motherfuckers get into an argument. One motherfucker, they get into a fight, pull out a gun and shoot him. I don't think he deserved the death penalty, but he need to pay for what he did. He just took a life. So if it's 20 years, 25 years, deal with it, my man. That was your decision. You did that. But and that could have been a mistake because emotions. It could be anything. You know how a fight starts. It's going to be about emotions.
So do you think if he knew he would get the death penalty, he would think different?
Don't know.
Because I think so. I think the fact that you know that you don't have to. I think the fact that you already have in your mind that you can do 25 years and not get the death. If it was an automatic death penalty, I think a lot of crime would taper down as far as killings. Because, like I said, people not afraid to do the time.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, people not afraid to do the time.
Let me say this too. And speaking of crimes, another case is going on. A popular case is the Young Dolph murder with CMG, and that's Yo Gotti's label. That's all over the news now because they are actually going to trial. And the story is Young Dolph, the famous rapper out of Memphis, killing the game. Very good, talented. I'm a fan. I still rock his shit now. The Joint Preach, and this is major. Yeah, I fucks with Young Dolph. And he was independent, so he made his own money. The issue that he had with Yo Gotti is Yo Gotti was basically trying to sign everything coming out of Memphis because that's his hometown. And Young Dolph wasn't interested. And, you know, it's this gang-affiliated shit down there in Memphis. And they set him up for $100,000. And it was Yo Gotti's brother that actually put the hit out on Young Dolph. It's all on TV now. Mm-hmm. And in saying that, as I'm watching some of the trial, the two people that's involved, that they actually sentencing now, out of the $100,000 that they was promised, you know how much they received when it was all over, assassinating this young brother, this young successful brother?
What?
$800. And fucking incredible. You just killed one of the most popular people in Memphis when it comes to music, and one of the hottest young rappers in the game for $800 because he didn't want to sign with another label, which was Yo Gotti's label, CMG. This shit it's big actually, you know. But the reality is this: so when we talk about death penalty, to me, and the way they killed him, Young Dolph was in town doing a charity event for the neighborhood. He still gave back to the community where he from. He was picking up fucking cupcakes, bro. Yeah. To drop off at the event that he was sponsoring. And they got the drop on him. Two brothers come in. I think their name is Young Juke and something dropped, some weird shit anyway. They assassinated him in public, broad daylight, inside the store. So in a crime like that, and because of what he was, that deserves a death penalty to me. Because that man is taking care of a lot of people. And actually within that moment, ironically, he was taking care of his fucking community that raised him, giving back that particular day. And he lived in LA. He flew back because he do the event every year. It's an annual thing. So to break it all the way down to find out that these two motherfuckers about to get life in prison for $800 fucking dollars, not the $100,000 that they was promised to execute him. And the reality is this:
why they only got $800?
Because they couldn't make the money connect. Because one boy ran to Atlanta right after he did it with the little bit of money he did have, ran out of money in Atlanta, drives back to Memphis trying to sever the arrangement where, when can I get my bread? They picked that money in an envelope at his auntie house, $500 in a note. You understand what I'm saying? So he took that, ran back to Atlanta because he on the run now. So this whole story is goofy as shit because these two young brothers killed another man in a pure assassination attempt, and you got paid $800 motherfucking dollars. Because you dumb nigga, you deserve to die. Because his life, from a value standpoint, is worth much more than y'all. So y'all ain't give a shit about it. $800, so you'll do anything for money. But the reality is this, and the biggest thing that's gonna come out of this is, I think Yo Gotti, who actually got his brother Big Juke assassinated allegedly to cover his tracks, it's about to be another RICO trial in rap. Did he under RICO laws right now? Young Thug been under RICO laws right now, and I think ultimately, Yo Gotti's about to face the same type scrutiny, bro. And when them feds come, bro, they already got the information. They was working on this for 2 years.
Sounds like a culture thing.
I'm not gonna say nah. We ain't doing that. I see what you're doing. We ain't gonna do that.
I don't know.
Sound like
a culture thing.
No, sound like an ego thing. Because again, like,
I don't know.
They
murder people in country.
Let's look at the three people involved.
All rappers, right?
And they impact. Yeah. So in saying that, and the opportunities they is providing. You already know Puff had a legacy before he just tore it down days ago.
Well, he was doing it since he started, but he just got caught.
Well, I mean, that's the shit we was talking about, though. But in his situation, he pulled up a lot of people along the way. Can't front on that.
Can't.
Yo Gotti, shit, he got Glorilla hot right now. He's pulling up people. You seen how he started working at a fast food joint. So again, I'm not gonna throw them all under the bus right there. They did some good at one time, but the fame and the ego gets to you when somebody tell you no. You think you ain't supposed to hear that because of where you are in life and how you got it popping out here. No, you got it fucked up, bro. It's always somebody bigger and better.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You know,
and usually in the United States, it's usually the government.
Exactly. So in saying that, and I'm gonna touch Puff case real fast. One thing I didn't like, again, I have no remorse for Puff right now in this situation. Oh, this is self-inflicted. I can't relate, nigga. But Shine comes out this week. Shine, we all know the rapper Shine had a nice run with Puff for 2 years. Made a couple hit records, big records. He comes out this week and says, that 10-year sentence really destroyed my life. Like Sean Combs really destroyed my life. And I'm saying to myself, you wasn't saying that 10 years ago when you took the charges for Puff. You wasn't saying that while you was in jail during the time for Puff.
You ain't say it when you got out.
You ain't say it when you touched down and got out of jail.
You was performing with it.
About Puff, how he destroyed your life. Now that he's down, you want to come out and publicly say that I can't fuck with. You pump faking, bro. Again, I don't know if you chasing clout right now or just want to have something to say.
Why you trying to get on that lawsuit?
But privately, bro, I mean, kicking a motherfucker when he down, bro, I can't fuck with that type shit, bro. Still a black man today. He did some rotten shit. This is why he's paying for it. But to add to that, bro, after something which you could have been the one that started the ball rolling. Keeping it a bean, right? If you would have spoke up 10 years ago after you did that time, 15 years ago. So the way you coming down, I can't fuck with that, man. You pump faking, you're fraud, bro. You know what I mean? Shame on you. Crab ass nigga.
Is the rap culture and